Hey everyone, welcome to I Just Watched. I'm Joseph, and we're about to discuss my top 10 movies of 2023. Definitely surprised by some of the ones that made the list, but gotta check out my official Stitch notebook. Starting with number 10, let me get to the right page. I apologize. So this one surprised me because I honestly thought it was gonna be garbage. I thought it was gonna be god awful. But number 10 is The Hunger Games: Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It really surprised me. I enjoyed the story, the dynamic, and I love the added bit of the music itself. And coming in at number 9 is Air, Courting a Star, or Courting a Legend, excuse me. I didn't expect nothing from this. It was kind of thrown out there. I didn't even know it was coming out. The homie's like, check it out, I think you'll like it. I watched it, I was like, dude, I love this movie. I love the dynamic. I loved what I was learning. And I like how it wasn't just about Michael. This movie wasn't set on bringing us to life or bringing to life Michael Jordan. It was focused on the business aspect, his mother, and how the business aspect of it changed the sneaker game forever. And number 8 is Talk to Me, that Australian indie film that was mass produced or, shown to the world by A24. I generally liked it. I thought it looked good from the trailer, so I was excited. I was like, I kind of like this idea. It's like a new take or an alternative take on the Ouija board, and I thought it was knocked out the park. I thought it was creepy. It had some intense moments, and I really enjoyed it overall. Number 7, and you know I'm a Scream fan, Scream 6. I thought this movie had every reason to fail because I really enjoyed 5. I liked the way they were kind of building it. So I was like, all right, this movie's not going to do well. I hope it's well. I hope it's great because I love the franchise. Ghostface is my boy. That whole franchise is my favorite. And Scream 6, I think, killed it. I love the dynamic. It's honestly Scream 2 redone. And I was excited for Scream 7, but I don't want to discuss that debacle of a mess that they made. And number 6, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Aspects of it looked good, but I was like, oh, let's check it out. And I loved it. I love the fact that they just brought you into this world. They weren't worried about tiptoeing, trying to see if you'd understand it. Like, no, this is the world that we exist in, and this is how it goes down. If you have questions, ask a friend. And I love that. I love the use of practical effects, and overall, I just really enjoyed the story. Now we're getting into the top 5. Is Trolls Band Together? Man, I would have never in my life, because those first two, outside of a couple songs that I like, that I have on my playlist, I never expected to see the movies. I ended up watching the first one, the second one, so I can be caught up for the third. I don't know, I just can't watch a movie that takes place in something like this. If it's a prequel, then maybe I feel like I maybe get away with it, but I couldn't, so I didn't. And damn, I love this movie, y'all. The music is phenomenal. I like the story arc. I've seen it multiple times. I can't even lie to you. I think Trolls Band Together is my favorite of the 3. Number 4, Oppenheimer. This movie is phenomenal. I love the way they bring the story to life. I think the use of practical effects is great. Nolan killed it again, but not just him. The stellar cast, the stellar cast. I think everyone knocked out the park. Fillion, Artie, Jay. The list for one is ridiculous because there was actors and actresses in this movie that I knew of. I did not expect it. Like, there was people popping up out the woodworks. Like, I haven't seen that dude in years. I haven't seen that person in years. I haven't seen her in years. Like, I was like, what the? Like, they're just popping out. For a 3-hour movie, it feels quick. I'm not sitting there like, let it end. No, I'm immersed. I'm excited. I'm enjoying the story that I'm being told. So much so, your boy had to do some research. Number 3, oh man, I'll be honest. I did not expect to enjoy this movie as much as I did because I do love the Titanverse that we're getting here, the Monsterverse as they call it. And that's Godzilla -1. I think it's crazy because it takes us back to like that classic storyline that is Godzilla, the monster, the villain in this, And I was like, oh man, but I love seeing Godzilla be the good guy and fighting the other kaiju. So I thought the movie could be good, but I didn't think it would win me over so much. I didn't think that aspect of it would be such a hit for me. The lives, the stories, this overcoming, we had to see these people. I fell for him. And then the change to his breath being a visual representation of the bombs dropped, so to speak, the actual atomic cloud. And I was like, this movie's phenomenal, and I did not expect that. And number 2, without question, is The Iron Claw. I was hesitant because I was like, it looks cool, but like, how are they going to be able to bring it to life? Are they going to do it right or whatever? Like, I was excited, but just hesitant, and they shut me up quick. I think they did a phenomenal job. I love the movie, the way they brought the Von Erichs to life. They gave us their story, their sad stories, the ending, and just the way they were able to tell the story and keep it entertaining, keep me immersed, and make me like re-care for characters and people that I already knew and cared about. I feel like I didn't know enough after watching this movie. I wanted to go and learn more about them. And I love that aspect. That was my favorite thing. The fact that I watched it and I was like, damn, I need to know more. I want to know more. Do some honorable mentions. I have 3 to be specific. Blue Beetle, which I thought was really well done and could have been a great starting point to building a verse that wasn't pre-existing. And I think it didn't get enough love because of other crap that came out that kind of ruined it for that movie, although it deserved more, deserved better. Another honorable mention is Gran Turismo. When I saw the trailers and I was like, this is real life, that's crazy, that's dumb, that's no way. This movie blew me away. Plus, homeboy who directed, I was like, this is way out of your wheelbox, bro. It's not District 9. Get over there and finish the sequel to that, damn it. This movie was great. I've seen it a few times. The sound design, I came up with the character, and I was like, okay, wait, I gotta do some research now. And that's a win for me. So it almost made the list, you know, but there was others that really hit a little bit harder for me. And then my last honorable mention is Evil Dead Rises. I can't stand any of the other pre-existing Evil Dead movies. The only one I liked before this was the prequel, which is Evil Dead, if I remember correctly, that came out like in 12 or whatever. Like, that one was decent, but Evil Dead Rises, I actually liked. I want more. I want a sequel to this. I want to know more about the other books. I had the honorable mention it because it kind of saved a franchise for me. Now we're at number 1, and if you haven't guessed it yet, then I feel like you don't know me. And that is clearly Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. It had technically everything going against it because the first one was so great. And when something is that great, the sequel is almost guaranteed to fail. Or even if it's a good sequel, it doesn't live up to the original. And I think this one lived up to the original. I think there's moments when this one surpassed the original, and that's something that dumbfounds me because that's a rarity that almost never happens. It should have failed in being as good or better than its predecessor, than the original, and it didn't do that for me. I absolutely loved it. I like what they're continuing to set up. I'm excited to see the conclusion, this epic conclusion to this Spider-Verse. I had to put it at number 1. It surprised me because, like I said, I thought it was going to be a good movie. I just didn't expect it to hold its own against the original, the first. I'd love to hear your top 10. Do you agree? Do you disagree with any of mine? Is there one that you said, or do you think it should have been on my top 10 that wasn't? But I love chatting with y'all. Let me know down below. But until next time, stay safe and be well. Y con mucho amor. Adios.